I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video, I'm going to buy $40,000 worth of crypto gaming coins. The dip has occurred once more, and in my previous videos I've spoken many times about not missing the dip. So here I am today on a Bitcoin dip, going to make a large entry. Nothing in this video is financial advice, it is for entertainment purposes only. We'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong in the future. It's all fun and games. Obviously, it's quite a big entry, but let's have a look at which coins might be interesting to consider right now. According to the Fear and Greed Index, we are in the perfect position on extreme fear. The last Bitcoin dip I missed out, so this time, although the dip is not as significant, I don't want to miss out and I want to make an entry, as I said in my videos. So this dip, which was a lot more significant than the current dip, I was not able to take action on. This was the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. However, now the chart has moved from 44k yesterday to 38.7. There's already been a very slight upward trend, but you can see it's basically stable as of the last hours. Obviously, can it go down more? Yes, that's the risk. Can it go up? I hope so. So we'll have a look at the crypto gaming coins to see what is the possible entry. I have Binance open because I have a feeling, of course, I had a look at the coins already, that is in the direction which will going, and I will make a live entry here. I will also make that call in the Digits Club community, my premium Discord. It is free to join, but we do have a membership section, and they basically get the information before I upload it to YouTube. Some little perks. If you want to be a part of that, check the link in the description. There is a link to OpenSea. You can snag up an NFT for relative little money, and you can join. All right, what do we have? We have basically everything down 357%. I'm going to basically look at the coins which I've spoken about before. Gala, Ultra, basically my stable list. Vulcan, what else do we have? Anything else looking good? Let's look at these ones first, because those are basically my preferred. Verasity, might have a look at as well. All right, Gala, 22 cents. Coming from 26, and then basically we have just about 2.5 weeks ago 34, obviously 36. So I'm assuming here, which is very much important, don't do as I do, don't do as I say, right? Nothing. This is extremely risky. These are day trades. They can make you a significant amount of money, but you also can lose a significant amount of money. I'm not a technical analysis, so the odds of me losing is 50-50. It's straight gambling, right? Although I use probability and my prior knowledge to hopefully make the right decision based on other people's fear. So I'm playing the market not on my own feelings, but on other people's feelings. That's basically it. All right, so we're looking for a 34 cents. Right now, 22 cents. On my $40,000 investment, I'm looking for a 10K-ish return, so that would be about 25%, right? So I need a 25% pump, which is quite significant. So in this case, that would come to about 6 cents, 5.5 cents, which would bring it to 27 cents. So Gala is definitely quite realistic. So it didn't hit that before, but it's already not at the lowest low anymore, right? It's already a little bit up. However, that might be interesting. That is available on Binance, so that is good. Then we look at Ultra, which is not available on Binance. It's available on KuCoin, but you can see that the dip is not as significant. So it dripped to 0.24 and it's recovering quite quickly, already at 1.28 right now. So it was a 1.24, my bad, obviously not 0.24. And then it came from 1.40, which is not a 25% gain. So Ultra for right now did not dip hard enough to make an entry. On the invasion of Ukraine, it only dipped for like an hour and then it pumped again. So that was definitely the best entry at about $1 on the 24th. So Ultra is definitely not going to be the entry. Vulcan Forged is probably my favorite. It only has made a very small recovery so far, and it came from about $12, which would basically mean the 25%. But on a monthly scale, the previous pumps have been a lot more significant. right? So I'm basically willing to zoom in to basically the start of February, end of January. So that was about $7, a little bit lower. So this was basically the previous low, 950, 980, and then it pumped to 13 and even 16 on that Bitcoin pump. So basically I'm looking at Vulcan as my favorite, most likely. Is that available on Binance? Yes, I believe so. Yep. So there we go. Tremendous amount of volume. Verasity. What do we have? We have Qcoin, Gate. All right, definitely a strong dump. So it went from 22 to 19. So the 25% would be there if we are looking at the previous days, 24 cents. Definitely a hard pump right here, right? So that was like some good gains. On the monthly, yeah, basically this would have been the best entry again. It didn't drop that significantly, but the opportunity is definitely there. Maybe not with a huge amount of money, right? Just to take that into consideration. All right, what else? So this was quite a quick review. I think it's quite clear for me. I'm going to review some more coins, some more possible smaller cap if you would have less money. But I have $40,000 at my disposal right now. So let's make the entry. So let's look up Vulcan, because that's obviously my favorite right now. 985. It's already in an upward trend. I don't really care that much, right? 930 was the lowest. That was like, I was sleeping. It was 5 a.m., right? I had other things to do. 985 is still fine because we're only looking, if I would make a 10% gain on this, that's fine, right? So I'll place the buy order. I will place the sell order at the same time. So I have about $42,500. I'm going to make the entry for 40,000. So $40,000 would give me about 4,000, just over 4,000 per. I don't want to pay more than $10, but I think that should be possible. So this is 800, 900. Yeah, I will pump it by about 10 cents, which is fine. To get it, so basically, yeah, so I'll pump it to like 995, which is fine with my 40,000. 1, 2, 3. Is that correct? Yeah, 40,000. Give me about 4,000 for 995 maximum. That's good. Buy. Okay, there we go. Pumped it. So now I have 2,500 left, and my order history is basically here. The buy order. All right, so what I'm going to do now is go to the community, go to day trade. So I will say add everyone. So this is my Digits Club community, which you can join if you have an NFT. This is the open community, which is accessible for everybody else. So right now I will tag everybody in the Digits Club and tell them my entry, which I do whenever I make a big entry or a day trade, which I already announced half an hour ago that, just put on my charger, that a significant entry was coming. All right, everybody, I'm recording live for YouTube. Video will go live in 2 hours. So that's basically the time frame. They have a 2-hour advantage. If they want to join me, that's up to them. I will say not financial advice. Do your own research. Vulcan Forged pair, dollar pair, entry, day trade, entry price. I'll take the maximum price I paid, $9.95. Value, $40,000. Target ROI, I'll say 20%. I said 25% before, but I think $8,000 is fine. Projected profit if all goes well, lol, about $8,000, right? Bought on Binance. Good luck, have fun, say hi to YouTube. Right, there we go. Send it out to the people. They can basically take action on that if they want to. And obviously, if you want to get these calls early, as I said, it's quite simple. Go to OpenSea, which the collection here, it's called Digits Club Genesis Collection. It's available in the description down below. Grab yourself one NFT, verify it on Discord, through Collabland, and then you can join this premium community. We do allocation rounds sometimes, we do AMAs every week, and obviously we have a whole lot of fun regarding launchpads and IDOs, and sometimes a day trade or two. All right, now I'm looking at a calculator, right? So I need a calculator because I'm going to put in my exit already. That's something I always do, which a lot of people don't, and that's how you get emotional. I made an entry, now I'm going to put in my exit, right? Whether it pumps to $15, I don't care. I want my projected 8 to 10K profit, right? So I bought for $9.95. So the question is 9.95 times 1.2 is basically 11.94, would be 20%. Okay, that's fine. 9.95 times 1.25, or the 25% gain, 12.43. All right, now I'm going to have a look at where we should be. And this is basically, I'm looking at the chart, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, right? I don't know what I'm looking at, I'm just looking at the pattern, right? I just recognize patterns, and that's basically how I make my call. And everybody might call me retarded that I play with this type of money, but obviously my financial position allows me to do so. I was supposed to spend $75,000, but I bought like an NFT yesterday or 2 days ago for like $35,000, which changed the plan a little bit. But I've been playing with NFTs a little bit as well, and trading, not holding, but trading, that's been going quite well. So are we going to go for the quick turnaround and take 20%, which basically should be quickly possible, or are we going to aim for 25%? So 25% would be 12. So maybe I should go for 22.5%, basically cut it in the middle. And this is the maximum entry, right? So basically 9.95 was the maximum. We also bought all the coins below that. So I don't know if you're able to see, the average price was 9.91. Okay. 9.91 times 1.225. So that is 12.13975. So that is what I'll take. And then I'm going to sell Vulcan at 12.3. And I'm going to sell everything, which would gain me 48,716. So that's like a 8,700 gain, right? So I'll put that sell order in right now. Bush. Normally I would make like a step ladder, right? Where basically I would sell off in batches, because now I'm creating quite some resistance. But that's fine, which is 12.13. Let me see if there's other orders there. No, it's basically 4,000, 2,500. It is quite a significant amount, as you can see. But I'll be patient, right? It might take 1 day, it might take 2 days, it might take 5 days, a week, 2 weeks, 1 month. The longer, obviously, the worse, because it's supposed to be a day trade. So we're supposed to catch the pump and then see where it goes. But yeah, hopefully everything will go well. And as always, I share my gains on this YouTube channel and I share my losses, right? So if this turns out to be a huge disaster, which has happened before with, like, I think Wonderhero, was one of the ones that was just completely off. The team made all kinds of changes. That was like quite a while ago. I think that was right here. I'm not too sure, but I'm just going to show you. Right here. So I think we bought at something like $2, and then it did pump on the video that I made, and then after that it just had like a huge decline. So we got quite wrecked here. I think I lost like $6,000 on this trade, or like, no, I did make some money on the NFT, so I lost like $4,000 or $3,000. But still, for me, I don't make losses that often, and that's not to be cocky or anything, just because I'm a very careful, risk-averse trader or investor. I'm not even a fucking trader. I rarely do any day trades. It's more just for fun when I see that like lowest low opportunity. But this one, I was 100% wrong. But then, of course, the Ninneko pumps, I made like 3 videos on this, has been amazing. So we bought it at like 10 cents. It just pumped right here to like 30 cents. And then we did that again right here, and I think again somewhere right here when the game launched. So those were like 3 solid pumps. And this is in a period of 3 months, right? So I make maybe one of these significant trades a month, right? I rather talk about it and see if I was right than actually do it. Magiccraft is actually pumping today, so that's quite good. Obviously, this was the biggest one we got. I got in at like 9 cents, and basically it pumped to like Well, 0.9 cent, so or 0.7 cent, like real low. So I made the video. It's all on YouTube, on this YouTube channel right here, and then it pumped all the way to almost like 10 cents, and then it had a steady decline thereafter. But yeah, that showed like good potential, and obviously everybody in the community, I presented that early. What exactly means? You will purchase of some coin. Already purchased, bruh. It's right here for everybody to see. But let's have a look. So of course, I'm playing with a quite a big amount of money. Let's assume that if I would have less money, right? Because some other people are in a different situation. What gaming coins might you consider for still the same strategy? So the strategy is between 20 and 30% return, right? Preferably in the short term, but still gambling, right? But definitely in the shorter term rather than the longer term. So basically you're looking for something with significant losses, but also where you can basically see a pattern of consistent recovery. That is very important. If it keeps recovering over time, then it might be interesting. So Crabada under $1 currently. So this is the AVAX blockchain. So you got to go through Trader Joe's, right? So this is the last month where it basically climbs onto $1, but it was like 87 cents, and people pick it up quickly because they know it recovers quickly. So it already made like a 13% gain, which basically means that I don't expect it to pump to like, this is the 10th. Well, it pumped to like $2, but that must be like some kind of announcement, right? But you see these recovery runs, 120. Yeah, so it can still pump, but looking at the chart, it's just less likely for it to do so. And I'm not really into the AVAX blockchain that much, right? So, and this is something that Gary is saying, and here, what made you change your original ID, which I believe was $7 and $9? You can't keep waiting, right? And that's also somebody says here. I respect them for not making entry, because if you're not confident, don't make the entry, right? This is more gambling than active trading. But I feel like that when the chart shows the dip, I need to make an entry if it's backed by extreme fear, right? I look at probability, I look at patterns, and every time that pattern strikes, the market pumps thereafter. And even if it's only a 10% gain, right, or a 15% gain, with the type of money I'm playing with, $40,000 in a day, that's a good day, right, in terms of a trade. That's easy earned. You can also lose, of course, do take that into consideration. I think I've stressed that enough. But I don't want to keep missing out. So even though I said like, oh, I'm going to wait until $7 for Vulcan, what if that never happens? What if every time it shoots to $8, right? So now it did show that low drop, right? So it did show a significant drop coming from like $12 a day ago all the way until 9:30, which I like the redness, right? So as soon as you see the red, you basically see that it's creating a dip. That's like CoinMarketCap really shows that well. Although it doesn't mean everything, you do see the linear upward trend slowly, right? Still, it's all depending on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin takes a significant pump, these coins will pump as well. If Bitcoin decides to make another low from here, because it is quite stable, a little dodgy, and if it drops like another leg down, which it did do before, right? So here it went up and then bang, it went down on the invasion news. Here it went up and then bang, it went down and bang, more. And it happened in like 2 weeks time, right? Or a week time, which is definitely important to consider in general. So there are definitely no guarantees, but the reason that I did make the entry right now is just because I said I would on the next dip. And that's what I'm trying to focus on. Just mind over matter. Just don't get emotional like, oh, maybe it goes lower, maybe it got lower. But you only have to be right 8 out of 10 times. And that's why I look at probability. That's why I look at the pattern. And the pattern indicates that 8 out of 10 times when it shows extreme fear, the relative market is lower than the average, right? So it shows a drop. 8 out of 10 times it recovers. So as long as you make the entry and put in the sales price basically immediately, within 72 hours, usually you're good to go again, right? And those $4,000 or $8,000 gains, they significantly stack up, right? So if you're wrong 2 out of 10 times, then still you're making significant progress. Even if you would do this with $200 or $400, your compounding is obviously less significant, but your potential risk is also less significant, right? So these things go hand in hand. But that's why, basically, that's my answer to why my entry point would change from before. Where I said before I was looking for a $7 Vulcan. If it doesn't drop that low, I just don't want to miss out, right? Because you can see basically the pumps on these charts slowly, the dip, you know, you got the dip, right? Go lower, lower, lower. But it appears that on this chart, that dip has now become stable, and there's a slow upward trend. And we'll have to wait and see how that goes, right? See how that unfolds. What else might be interesting for smaller budgets? So Crabada might be interesting if you are already on the AVAX blockchain. Do we have any other significant losers where we know? So Gamefi might be interesting, but of course that hasn't recovered that well, right? So when we see here, it does recover a little bit. It does recover basically about, how much percent is that? 10% is $3. So it did cover like 20%, but it's not as significant as it comes from like a huge high. And the market cap is still 33 million, right? Which is also quite significant. So preferably we would be somewhere in a little bit lower. Don't go for anything like this. Deep Space, Soul Chicks, things that are pumping right now 27%, right? That is very unlikely to be maintained. It is very normal that this will just drop 20% tomorrow, right? So you've already missed this pump. Don't get fooled that it will pump even more. I think some people mentioned Defina Finance, because I did mention that before on the videos. Let me see where that's at. Here, Defina Finance. The reason I didn't choose Defina today, because I looked at it, is that it hasn't had any significant recovery. So here we go from 49 cents to 67 cents, which is a significant pump, right? But everything pumped on this day, which is also important to take into consideration. The market cap is only 2 million. So if I would spend $40,000 on PancakeSwap, I'm going to lose maybe 2,000, 4,000 on slippage, right? And that goes off my potential profit. So I don't need to gain 10% in that case, but 15% for the same profit. So with larger amount, centralized exchanges are definitely preferred, because you got like the 0.25% fee, and you just take that into consideration. However, for a smaller budget, this is definitely an interesting project, because after any significant dip, and right now it's actually at the lowest low, right? It will pump, but the pattern definitely is make sure. So this would be like a 10 to 15% gain, just to play it safe, in my opinion, because it just appears that after it does pump, it's going to decline again, which is just not able to recover in this bearish market. So do take that into consideration. Once you make that 10% gain, 15% gain, just get out, right? Specifically as it's on PancakeSwap, can't really put in an order, right? Market order, limit order, anything like that. You just got to swap it. So just be on top of it and don't let it wait overnight, because you might get wrecked. Which is obviously something to take into consideration. Anything else? So here we're going into the $1 million market cap. Extremely risky. ASPO World has been a project I've been following, but it's just been basically obliterated in the bearish market. So it did really well, right? As you can see, it was up to $1, and now it's like fucking 5 cents. There's nothing left of this project. It does pump, but it is like $100 entry maximum, or basically the slippage will fuck you over. So definitely not that interesting. Ninneko, actually pumping a little. So obviously this would be one of the smarter plays. So if you have anything under $5,000, then definitely Ninneko always seems to be swinging. Look at the last 3 months, right? It's just like crazy volatile. But in terms of the swing trades, you can't really get an advantage here. Again, you need to play the DEX, right? So do keep that in mind. The volume is there, the liquidity is there. The market cap, I think, is not 300K. Probably right now it's like double, so it's like 700K. It doesn't really matter at this point. What does matter is that you can definitely see the pumps. The price is super volatile. And basically from a 1 year point of view, it has been at 9 cents, right? But you can barely see it on this chart. So if you look at the 1 month, basically over a 1 month period, again, it's lower and it's already going up rapidly. So Ninneko would basically be my pick if I would be working with a smaller budget. If you made it until the end of this video, I want to give you a little something, right? I said that the Digits Club NFTs, they are available. You can buy one through the link in the description, but I also understand that 0.25 Ethereum, which is still like $400, $500, something like this, no, a little bit more, 600, is not as accessible for everybody. So I have launched a new YouTube channel specifically for Digits Club. We're going to hit 10,000 Discord members today, most likely this evening, and I will do a Gleam competition. So if you watched it until this part of the video, it must mean that you are very dedicated and I appreciate your support. So join the free Discord through the link in the description below, go to announcements, and there will be an announcement basically mentioning a Gleam competition where you can basically win a free Digits Club NFT. So complete the actions on the Gleam, invite some friends, get some points, and I will raffle off after the weekend this specific NFT. So if you're interested in that, join in the club, getting alpha information and basically talk about IDOs, talk about projects, talk about crypto gaming specifically and launchpads, then definitely join that Gleam competition. This is everything for today regarding the crypto gaming and the entry. I'll make an update next week or when the coins have been sold or when we got wrecked, how the progress was. And obviously it's a complete learning experience. That's the most important thing, right? I'm playing with this type of money because I don't mind if I lose it, right? That's investing. I think we should all invest responsibly and do have a good understanding that I don't need to make a living off these trades. I see too often people asking for advice, and I don't give any financial advice in general, but I would say if you need that money to make a living, or you don't have abundance money, don't play with that money, right? There are easier ways to, I would say, generate money, maybe start a business, get another side hustle, but playing these markets is extremely risky and you should be aware of that. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. Check out the Digits Club Discord through the link in the description, and I will see you in the next one.